Florida homeowners, it's not a question of if, but when the next hurricane will come. No matter what Florida weather has in store, StormSmart has products that protect every opening of your home while improving the look, feel, and function. From durable aluminum shutters, high-impact windows and doors, to our innovative storm catcher screens, products that enhance the beauty of your home and keep your family safe. Because smart is complete hurricane protection, and smart is peace of mind. Call StormSmart today for your free in-home consultation.
When your power goes out, remember just how inconvenient your life can be. No lights, no refrigeration, no heating or cooling, no electronics. But with the Generac Home Standby Generator, you'll have power when you need it. Our Generac generators automatically provide backup power after sensing a power outage, so your life goes on uninterrupted. Get a free 10-year warranty with the purchase of any air-cooled generator. Call Generac Generators today. Generac Generators. Life is primitive without power.
Streaming from the Tampa Bay 28 Weather Center in Studio A, this is Denis Phillips Live. Brought to you by StormSmart. Protect every opening of your home. And Generac Generators. Life is primitive without power.
How you doing, everybody? It's a Tuesday night edition of Denis Phillips Live. And we have got so much stuff to talk about. So much stuff to talk about tonight. We have, obviously, beautiful weather in the mornings for folks who like the cold air. We got some beautiful weather in the afternoons with the highs in the 70s. But I know a lot of folks are, anxious to find out what's going to happen over the Christmas holiday. We've got travel conditions coming up. We've got something that so you guys know my background here. So the second and third Saturday of December, we usually do our hot chocolate fundraiser. And it's a great, really fun time. We raise a lot of money for Children's Miracle Network and also Feeding Tampa Bay. But this year, I had an opportunity to do something that I've always wanted to do, and that would be a grand marshal of a parade. And one of the best parades in the entire area is the Holiday Lighted Boat Parade over at Riverwalk in Tampa. And I've just heard from the grapevine that Sean Daly is really wanting to do this. And Sean is doing the Clearwater Parade coming up. So as we get into the next week or two, we got parades. Will the weather cooperate? We got some rain coming in on Thursday. We got lots and lots of stuff to talk about. So let's go ahead and first of all, let's see who we have online here. Lots of folks as always. How are you doing? Kim, nice to see you. Jules, as always, nice to see you yesterday before the game. We were live last night over at Benchmark in Thunder Alley, and Jules came by before going into the game. Not the greatest game, the way things ended up. The Panthers took it to the Bolts yet again. But it's just the regular season, right? So we'll see how things play out in the playoffs. Stephen in Clearwater, how you doing? Stephen, hope you're doing okay. Debbie, Newport Richie, nice to see you. Linda, Newport Richie. Leisha, Ryan in Tampa. Marion Lelman. Debbie, good to see you in Riverview. We've got Hillary in Bradley Junction. Good to see you, Hillary. And yes, Jules, I've got the FSU hoodie on today. Lancaster, PA is in the house with Michael, a frozen Lancaster, PA as well. So again, we've got lots and lots of stuff to talk about, but because we have guests to talk about our parade on Saturday, I want to jump right into the weather for a change instead of just, chit-chatting and whatnot, which we love the chit-chat, mind you, and appreciate your comments. But but let's do a little bit of weather because we've got some rain that's going to be coming in later on Thursday. So Cruise Mike in North Carolina, how you doing? Good to see you. Captain Phil wants to know about offshore weather on Saturday. And we'll talk about that. I think the winds are going to start to come down a little bit on Saturday. We've got Diane in Kentucky here as well. Webster's in the house with Sandra. So Fort Myers with Bonnie. So here we go. There's a look at radar. Now you're looking over on the east side of the state. You see a couple of showers. you got to picture it this way. Well, let's go ahead and talk about it this way. So imagine the radar beam is looking up into the sky, as it is, right? Several thousand feet up. So the radar beam is pointing up and it sees the rain up a couple thousand feet, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that rain will make it all the way down to the ground without evaporating. And in the wintertime, because the air is so much drier than the summer, obviously, right? We all know our humidity in the summertime. But in the wintertime, when the dew points are low, even though there might be some moisture up top, by the time it falls down through that drier layer, it often can evaporate. So it'll show up as radar on these maps, but not make it to rain at the surface. It's called virga. Now, Thursday, I do think the moisture will be deep enough where we will see some rain later Thursday into the overnight and into early on Friday. So anyway, there's what's happening right now. Temperatures in the mid-60s, Crystal River, 63, Clearwater, 67, Tampa, 68 in Bradenton, Sarasota at 65. Clearwater, 48, Tampa, 49, St. Pete, 55, Lakeland. Those were this morning. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be about 5 or 6 degrees warmer than we were this morning. Colleen, how you doing? Good to see you as well. And Denise, you will be able to be poolside by this weekend into next week. So if you're watching on the spot, by the way, and we appreciate you immensely watching on the official broadcast home of the Tampa Bay Lightning, but when the Lightning are off, DPL is on in this time slot. Best way to play this is to watch on TV and then follow along on social. You can comment, you can join the conversations, so you kind of get the best of both worlds. So you can be watching on Frontier, you can be watching on Spectrum, OTA, over the air if you have an antenna, or DirecTV. Lots of ways to watch the Lightning and Denis Phillips live. So again, let's go on back to the highs today. We hit low to mid 70s across most of the area, and we are still, man, I don't know about you guys, but every time I see this now, I cringe, because the current temperature is 67. And the minute I see that, I immediately think of my daughter, Ryan, go, oh, Dad, 67. I don't even know what that means. But matter of fact, one of our homes in our neighborhood actually has a 67 up as part of their Christmas decoration. So I do not, I don't know I do know how it started. I do know the pop culture reference. I don't know if anybody knows what it means. And I beg that it's going to end shortly. Because every time I see 67 and I say it on TV, I think, oh, how many people right now are saying, oh, 67, 67. And all of them are either 8 years old to 14. That's kind of what my thought is. Anyway, yes, it is. The humidity is at 66%. Nice looking over at Ray J. We hit 73 today. The morning low dropped down to 49. All right, so there's the easterly flow. No rain out of that tonight. Models are showing some over on the East Coast. There's a chance, but again, I think most of that evaporates. How you doing, Raj? Good to see you as well. Home of Sass is in the house with Karen. So tomorrow morning, dry. Through the day, we are looking good. Partly sunny. I do think we'll see a few more clouds, but starting on Thursday, that's when the rain chances return. So what are we talking about? All right, so you get a flow coming in off the Gulf with a front moving in from the northwest. We're going to be kind of in that little squeeze play, if you will. And that being said, there will be some showers rolling around. If you live north, the chances will be better. If you live in Citrus, Hernando, Pasco, you'll have slightly better chances than if you live in our southern counties. Time frame, anywhere really from lunchtime, well, actually even northern counties in the morning, but mid to late afternoon, there's going to be the chance of some scattered showers. It will not be widespread. It will be scattered. But later Thursday night into Friday, I do think there's a little bit better chance of a bit more widespread and maybe even a couple of thunderstorms as the front comes through. That's Thursday. By Friday morning, a lingering shower. By Friday afternoon, gone. And just in time for the boat parade on Saturday, the weather will be beautiful. And in a couple of minutes, we're going to be talking about that. And you can find out how you can come out and watch that amazing parade on Saturday evening. So it is a night parade. So again, temperatures right now in the 60s and 70s. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be upper 40s to lower 50s. Crystal River, 49. Hernando, 49. Spring Hill, Brooksville, 51. Low to mid 50s. So it will be about 5 or 6 degrees warmer tomorrow than it was this morning. Sean, how you doing, my man? So there's a look at the temperatures. On Friday into Saturday, a brief cool down, just a little bit of a cool down behind that front, and then the warmth is on. From Sunday through Christmas, highs around 80 degrees with no rain expected. All right? There's the rain chances, which remain highest on Thursday. The farther north, the better the chance. Friday morning, the front sags down, and then we clear out with some really, really nice weather. So there's your forecast tonight. Partly cloudy. It will be cool, but not as cold as it was this morning. The beach tomorrow, mixture of clouds and sun, highs in the mid-70s. And there is a look at the 7-day forecast. 77 tomorrow, 80 on Thursday with a decent chance of some rain afternoon and evening. We need it. Never a bad thing. Friday morning, it will be gone shortly. And then the rest of the week into Christmas Day, it will be beautiful. So when we come back from this break, we're going to be talking about the boat parade. And later on, we're going to be answering your travel questions and talk about snow, ice, and rain right around Christmas for part of the U.S. All of that continues as Denis Phillips Live continues in 90 seconds. Okay, so we are in a break. Mary Beth, come on over. Guys, this is, well, actually, we're not in a two-shot yet.
Okay.
All right, we got you. All right, we'll bring you. I always have to hold the chair. I'm afraid one day it'll just slide back. All right, so Derek, you've got the two-shot here. Is that the one? Is that what you? And what about the close-up? You want to do a? Yeah. So I ended up hitting this green button here because this thing was not working. That's fine. So I'm not. All right. So there's your close-up camera. I will go right here, and that works. So we will take the studio camera. How are we doing on time? 53 seconds left in that break. All right. And Barbara, how are you? Thank you very much. Colorado Springs is in the house. Hia, how you doing? Nice to see you. My daughter who lives in Denver, it was 65 yesterday, and it snowed 3 days prior to that. So go figure. So everybody, this is Mary Beth.
Hi, everybody.
And and Mary Beth is with, well, why don't you introduce, we're back on TV in 25 seconds, but so tell everybody where you're from.
So I'm the executive director of Friends of the Tampa Riverwalk. We're a local nonprofit. We work with the city to develop, activate, and promote the Riverwalk.
Okay, perfect. So Jody, you're hidden. Don't ask me why, but you're hidden again. All right, we are back in 5, 4, 3, 2. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Denis Phillips Live, and we have a special in-house guest. I'm very excited to introduce Mary Beth Williams.
Yep.
And tell the folks how you are involved in the big parade coming up this week.
So I am the executive director of a nonprofit here in Tampa called Friends of the Riverwalk, and we have hosted the lighted boat parade for over 20 years now, in addition to several other events that we host along the Riverwalk. But this is one of our biggest and our best, and we're excited to have you as our Grand Marshal.
I am so excited. By the way, love the shirt, love the sweater. That is awesome. Very, very festive. So
anybody who knows me knows that I appreciate a good spreadsheet.
Well, and Mary Beth, a little known fact, used to live in mine, and I did not know Mary Beth, but she lived in Indian Trails, the home of all those amazing Christmas lights. So she enjoys the festivities with the best of them. Now, let's talk about Saturday, because I'm really excited. I've never been a Grand Marshal in a parade before. And I was just thinking to myself, so I got the letter today, and it said that, you know, we're the lead boat. How many boats are going to be in this? And tell the folks kind of what to expect and how they get involved and how they watch it.
Sure. Well, there's still time to register.
Oh.
So if you want to participate in the boat parade, and by participating, you decorate your boat. And I can't tell you how to decorate because our judges are kids. And so kids like different stuff.
Yeah.
It could be inflatables, it could be bubbles, it could be music, it could be animals. You never know what they're going to like.
You know what I bet? I bet if someone takes a boat and just puts 67, 67, 67 all around that boat's going to win.
Maybe.
I bet it would. I'm telling you, if you're watching, and now is it just bragging rights, or is there actually a prize?
There's trophies and prizes. We have first, second, and third place trophies for our big boats and our small boats. So there's 2 categories. And big boats are boats that can't fit under the bridges. We don't lift the bridges for the parade. Little boats can fit under the bridges. So we have usually about 100 little boats and about 50 big boats. So that's like sailboats that can't fit under the bridges. It's a huge parade. I was told by Tampa police we're the second largest marine event behind Gasparilla Pirate Invasion.
Wow, that I did not know, but so that takes a few hours to get through everything, right? What is the time, actually?
The parade will start at 6:15. And like I said, you can register to participate in the parade. You decorate and you participate in the competition, or you can come out and watch. And part of our mission is to host events that are free and open to the public. So there's a lot of places that you could watch the parade. You don't have to pay to be in it. You can watch from the parks. You can go to Armature. You can go to Sparkman. We have an area set up at Sparkman Wharf, and you could buy VIP tickets, which were sold out now, so you can't do that anymore. But there's still plenty of room on the wharf to come down and enjoy. And actually, that's where our judges will be seated. So all of the boats will pass by there, the big boats and the small boats. If you're watching down by Curtis Hickson or Armature, our big boats can't make it down that far, so you don't quite see everybody in the parade.
So if you were to suggest for the folks who are watching tonight, in your opinion, where might be the best place for them to go, to park, and to watch if they don't have the VIP already?
Parking will be crazy no matter where you're at. So Sparkman Wharf is a great place to watch. They're limited by capacity, so you've got to get there early. The convention center area, like where the sail is, where else? The convention center, the sail, the bridge right there, Curtis Hickson Park, those are great places. You're going to see everything if you're at the convention center.
And this is a look from last year?
That's last year's parade.
And the weather looks, oh, there's a minion right there. That looks like the big minion right there. So, I mean, it looks as though, so you're telling me that right along the, I mean, that's a pretty long parade route. That's
it's about a 7.5-mile parade route.
Oh, wow. Okay, and when does it start?
Starts at 6:15. So if you go to our website, you can see different times for different viewing locations. So like if you're at Curtis Hickson Park, the boats will pass by at 7:15. If you're at the convention center, the boats will pass by, I don't remember what time.
Ooh, so it might be kind of fun. You can do the Winter Village at Curtis Hickson, you know, hang out there for a little while, and then the boats will come right by it?
Yes, they will.
Ah, now that's a good idea. And I'm going to be live, actually, on Friday from the Winter Village, which is a really fun event, too. And then there's that big area, that big field in there. So that might be kind of a fun place to go. But as you said, parking might be tricky, so maybe consider taking a ride share,
or you could park at Ybor. Those garages are less expensive, and ride the streetcar over.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, this looks awesome. So I'm really looking forward to it. Now, I was going to ask you, and my family actually asked the same thing. Is there special attire that we're supposed to have?
So I sent you an email today. Festive holiday attire. Nothing fancy.
Okay.
Just holiday festive.
All right. And I can't wait. I remember I've actually had a chance to broadcast one parade before when I lived in Gainesville, but I've never actually been in it. So I think it's going to be a blast. I'm really honored. And how many years has this been going on?
Over 20.
All right. So it's a big event. And so the suggestion is if it starts 6 to 7-ish, might people probably want to be there?
So again, it depends where you're watching the parade from. If you're at Sparkman Wharf, you need to be there by 6:15 because that's when the parade's going to get there at 6:30. Okay. If you are at the convention center, you're going to get there a little later. This year we did add a new loop that goes behind the Marriott and by the backside of Harbor Island. So our friends over in Harbor Island at the Marriott can see the boat parade. So there's a number of locations. I would say check the website and look to see what times the parade will be passing by so you know when to be there.
By the way, several comments, people saying that they love a good spreadsheet as well. Oh. So you have some folks that agree with you. So it's going to be a blast, and the weather's going to be beautiful. So really, really excited. And to tell you, we're going to do a commercial break, and we'll come back for one more segment, and we'll talk a little bit more about the parade as Denis Phillips Live continues.
Our theme is Winter Wonderland, and Elsa.
Oh, Elsa. We'll talk about that. Yeah, when we come back from the break, we'll mention that. Yeah, it's funny because when we're on, so this show is normally just 30 minutes straight, and then sometimes it goes hours depending on hurricane season. But when we're on TV, I have to hit the commercial breaks. And there's 3 commercial breaks within the show. So I actually have, look, people are reminding me that I have to hit a break because I don't have a producer. I'm just doing it myself and kind of looking at the clock, and I start talking and I forget. So people are like, Dennis, it's time for a break. So
Jamie Growth is my.
Oh, is it hi, Mom?
That's my daughter-in-law's mother.
Well, and that's what's fun about the comments, because you get people from all over watching. And I mean, we have an audience online that literally traverses the world. So it's always fun. You never know who's going to actually show up. But yeah, they're reminding me about the break. Okay, so we have, let's see. So yeah, let's mention the theme too, and then we'll, because then I still have to hit.
And then we've got prizes. So like, there's trophies, but then we also have prizes. Like I have Yacht Starship and Pirate Water Taxi and Buck's autographed stuff and Lightning autographed stuff. And so you don't have to place to win. We have all kinds of honorable mentions.
I'm telling you, if someone does 6'7", 6'7", 6'7", they will win. If there's kids.
So funny too, we also assign boat numbers.
We're back.
I've had nobody.
All right, so we're back from the break on Denis Phillips Live. We're talking about this. So Mary Beth was saying that there are more than just trophies. There are prizes as well, yes?
Yes, so we have like Yacht Starship dinner cruises. We have Pirate Water Taxi. We've got autographed stuff from the Bucks, autographed stuff from the Lightning. We've got gift baskets, Cutwater gift baskets, lots and lots of prizes. So not just first, second, and third. We have lots of honorable mention prizes.
And how can folks register if they haven't registered yet?
On our website, thetampariverwalk.com.
Okay, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, if kids are the judges, which they are, if you have not registered, and I'm not privy to any information, I'm not a judge, but if you do 67, 67, 67, all of them, I guarantee you're going to win. I just, no doubt in my mind, because that's what the kids, that's what they're doing. And you were mentioning too, so Elsa is going to be, it's funny because on the print ad, it has a picture of me, and then it's got a picture of Elsa, who's going to be there as well. So the theme is
Winter Wonderland. We have banners on the front of the boat with your pictures too.
It's going to be awesome. So again, it's coming up this coming Saturday night. Depending on where you watch it from, it could be anywhere from 6-ish until 8:39.
Right.
Oh, it ends at 8? Okay. All right, and it's at the Tampa Riverwalk. It's going to be a wonderful time. I can't wait. Hopefully you all will come out and join us. And again, thank you very, very much for coming by, and we will see you on Saturday.
See you Saturday.
All right, well, we have one more break coming up, and we'll finish with our travel weather and the Christmas forecast as Denis Phillips Live continues. All right, I hit my last, Maria says, no, don't give them that idea. Everyone will do it. Somebody's going to do it. So, I mean, we're live, but we're not. I mean, now how old are the judges? I mean, they're kids, but how old?
They're kids from Children's Dream Fund. I don't remember their ages. I usually say between like 9 and 14.
Oh, that's the age.
Yeah, because they need to be old enough.
Yeah, but that is the age. My daughter's 11, and all her friends. I mean, well, it is. I don't know how it became a thing, but it is a thing.
It's a silly thing.
Yes, it is. So, all right.
Okay, so I'm scooching back.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was wonderful to meet you.
This was exciting. You too.
And
I
will see you. What time should I be there?
So I sent an email that talked about like boarding times and all of that stuff. But if you have any questions, let me know. Parking's going to be a little on the crazy side. I also gave you Jill's number. She is. Her family owns like Yacht Starship, Pirate Water Taxi, so she'll be on the lead boat. So if you can't get me,
how many people can be on our boat?
I don't know what the capacity is, but like there's a couple city council members that are going to be on the boat. Okay.
I think we've got 4, maybe 5.
I think you told me 6.
Yeah, 6. My other son might not be able to make it.
Okay, so. No worries.
Perfect. All right, thanks, Mary Beth. Appreciate it. I think he'll take your. I think they'll get your mic when you go out. Right. All right, we are back in 3, 2. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to our final edition of Denis Phillips Live. This is a shocker. I actually got all 3 breaks in with a few minutes to spare, and that just never happened. I did do 3, right? Folks on social will remind me if I'm lost count. Hi from South Sebring. How you doing? Nice to see you. So let's go ahead and look at some of the forecast data coming up for the next week, shall we? And I'd be happy to answer your questions. So there is a look at Tampa, and the warmth is definitely setting in. Now, on Friday and Saturday, behind the front, that's going to give us our showers, we do see 20 to 30 degrees. 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 20 to 30 73 for the highs. But then from Sunday right through almost New Year's Eve, we have highs of about 76 or 77 and really, really nice weather. All right, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about the rain potential. All right, this is the overall rainfall total. This is tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., still nothing. All right, there's 8 p.m. tomorrow, nothing. There's Thursday morning, 8 a.m. Now, this is the Euro, okay? This is 2 p.m. on Thursday. You have a slug of moisture coming into Levy County, north of Citrus, so maybe a few showers, Citrus, but not that many. Now, this is Thursday night, 8 o'clock. And from Thursday night, 8 o'clock, up until, so really we're talking Thursday evening and Thursday night, the Euro is pretty bullish on rain. That's about a ½ inch in many spots. So that's kind of what the Euro is looking at through Thursday. All right? And then once Thursday's through, you see no additional rain because it will not be raining at all for the following 5 days, probably longer than that. All right? So there it is. Thursday night to Friday morning, potentially ½ an inch of rain in some spots. No wind over Christmas Eve, Red Madonna. No wind. All right, here's the GFS. So there's Wednesday evening, Thursday morning, Thursday night, Friday morning. Now, the GFS is a little less bullish on the rain than the Euro is. But, Sean, there's your 540 line, my friend, going through the Tennessee Valley. That's the cold air. And notice it really deflects north of us. And then we stay warm right through Christmas. But after Christmas, into that following weekend, the GFS and the Euro both are developing a storm. Here's the Euro. It's a little bit faster. But they both are showing the potential for some snow shortly after Christmas, like the 27th, 28th, 29th. The GFS is far more bullish. But what do you see for us? You see nothing. High pressure sitting right on top of us. So there's tomorrow night, the Euro. Again, here comes the Euro Thursday night, and there's that slug of moisture closer to us and definitely more pronounced. And it actually swings a front through. See that? Swings a front through. 540 line still only gets to Virginia, so a near miss with the cold. And then beautiful weather right through Christmas. Potential for a little bit of snow on the 23rd, upstate New York, maybe a bit of rain or freezing rain across the Northeast, but other than that, nothing. So they've actually even backed off a little bit on that potential for snow and that storm afterwards compared to earlier on, and then maybe a quick little fast-moving system around New Year's Eve. But the bottom line is for our area, we are looking at some showers Thursday afternoon, potential for a little more prolonged rain Thursday night into Friday morning, cooler Friday into Saturday, highs in the low to mid 70s, and then sunny and mid to upper 70s from Saturday night, Sunday, all the way through Christmas and probably right through New Year's. So there you have it. Tomorrow we'll be back talking more about potential storms. We have some more guests coming in. My daughter Ryan and my son Jake will be giving a golf cart tour of our neighborhood of the lights one of these days by Friday. So and hopefully we'll do it when we're on the spot. So that's coming up. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks to Mary Beth, and we will see you tomorrow night on DPL. Okay, so we are out on DPL for broadcast, and we are out on streaming. All right. Colleen is driving to Florida from Wisconsin on the 28th. All right. Let's take a look at the models. Let's take a look and see. All right. So remember, this far out, take it with a serious grain of salt, but here's the 27th. There's the 28th. I mean, again, this far out, the accuracy is just not going to be there. But, I mean, we're talking it's a week and a half out. But it does bring if you're talking the 27th and 28th, here's the 27th, there's the 28th. There is a little weak low moving through the Tennessee Valley and the Appalachians. But other than that, I don't see a major winter storm till maybe the 29th potentially in Wisconsin. Now, the GFS is a little more bullish. It does bring some snow in on the 26th, but by the 27th, there's a weak little clipper, and the GFS does have some issues for you on the 27th. So there's the GFS, there's the Euro, literally one extreme to the other. GFS, snow and rain, Euro, nothing. So you're just going to have to keep checking in, and I will be happy to give you an update whenever you stop by, and we will go. So, Ren, when is your birthday? Oh, on Thursday? Must be, since it's the only day it's going to rain for the rest of the year. So going to Boston, 24th to the 29th. Linda wants to know what it looks snow-wise. All right. Well, now that would be rain. That could be a period of snow on the 28th if the GFS is right. So the 24th, 25th, nothing, nothing, nothing. You know, if that low develops that we talked about, that the Euro does not have, but if the GFS is right, it would end as a period of snow behind it on the 28th and 29th. That's the way it looks. Well, happy early birthday, Ren. I don't know, Rob. I like snow. Look, I grew up north. Well, not really up north. I grew up Virginia most of the time, so that's kind of in between, south of the Mason-Dixon line. But I don't know, around Christmas, I love snow. And I still say, you know, when we talk about severe weather, when we talk about hurricanes and severe weather, those are life-threatening situations. When you talk about snowstorms, usually snowstorms, you just hang out at home and you wait till the snow melts, and you're probably going to be, you know, you might have some power flickering, and that's usually about it, unless you live off the Cape or something and you got a nor'easter. But overall, if you have to live in it for months and months and years, I get it. But being able to visit it around the holidays, I don't know. I've always been a fan. I really have. So, anyway, so that's about it. I think we got covered everything. Again, thanks to Mary Beth Williams for stopping by and going over. And hopefully you guys will come out on Saturday for the parade. I think it's going to be a blast. I'm really looking forward to it. And we will be back tomorrow night with another. I don't think, do the Bolts play tomorrow? Let me see. Because if the Bolts don't play, we will be on. And the Bolts do play, we will not be on. So let's see, schedule. On Wednesday, the Bolts, wait a minute. No, looks like the Lightning are off tomorrow. So it looks like we will have a DPL tomorrow. I can't, unless there's something else that they're broadcasting. But the Bolts do not play tomorrow. They do play on Thursday, so no DPL on Thursday. And they do not play on Friday. So my guess is Ryan will do her golf cart tour with Jake on Friday's edition of Denis Phillips Live. Possibly tomorrow, but probably Friday. So you guys have a great night. Thanks for watching. And we will see you on tomorrow night's edition of Denis Phillips Live. See you guys.